drink.
Yep. Oh, I think I might have two drinks in my hand. Hold on. Yep.
Screaming.
I think I might have two drinks in my hand. Hold
Two
on.
drinks, that's all right.
Yep.
Hey
No,
everyone. Screaming. Welcome back to Campfire
I
Community.
think I might have two drinks in my hand. Hold
Two
on.
drinks, that's all right.
Yep.
Hey
No,
everyone. Screaming. Cat, welcome back to Campfire
I
Community.
think I might have two drinks in my hand.
Do I have to mute the sound in video? I kept hearing like repeat.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Otherwise, you're gonna hear double voice.
Uh,
There you go.
back to
Okay, I'm in.
the. So today I have Pat from Ventures in Second Life again. She joined us for the my very first live, and also Kendra from the Kendra Project.
Hi, guys.
Hi everyone. How's everybody doing?
I'm good.
Good, good.
Me too.
Thirsty Thursday. Wine or something. And going on in my IMs. They're
Pulling up.
in the Fabia channel or whatever. 500 card, and then like, don't click it, don't click it. Today we're going to talk about why we come back to Second Life. Brings us back here day or every few days, or if we take a long break, what back, and what we like about Second Life and love about Second Life. We want to put in a maybe something that we don't like so much. That might happen. I can't make a promise. Whoever wants to start first. Like your hair, Ken. Cute.
Oh, thank you. All right, I can start actually.
Right.
I have well, Second Life. I've my original like avatar probably is like 13 or 14 years old. So I obviously had, but I had taken a break. So I obviously had come back. And the thing about Second Life is, I don't know. I just feel comfortable here. And I don't know. In my real life, I'm not. This might sound strange because I have a YouTube channel, but I'm not this outgoing person, you know? And I don't know if it's because I'm behind an avatar and it's just I feel more comfortable that way. I don't know what that is. But I just feel like I can be the social person that I always want to be in my real life here. And that that's like the biggest thing about Second Life that makes me keep coming back, is that I don't know. Not to mention, I can look pretty darn hot if I want to. So that's like my huge main reason, but there's like other reasons, but that's like the biggest.
Like when you first started Second Life, how long did you play then before?
Probably about like 6 months to a year. It was a while.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
you didn't give up. Like some people play for like a couple days and then they're like, I can't do this, and they just.
Yeah, no, well, back then I didn't feel as much pressure as I think I would nowadays, just because like back then there weren't mesh bodies, so everybody had the classic avatar,
Right.
and everybody had the goofy looking hair and everything. So you
Oh
didn't
yeah.
have, there wasn't like comparing yourself to other people and
You all look like
looking,
noobs.
everybody looked, yeah, everybody looked relatively similar. Yes, everybody, but you could change, you could like edit your appearance to make yourself look as good as you possibly could, you know? So
Right.
I think there wasn't that like that pressure to be like immediately looking gorgeous, you know? Where I think today if somebody comes in for the first time, they're going to get discouraged because they see all these gorgeous people walking around and they look like they're from the 1990s, you know? So I can see that, but like also the hardest thing for me was just like maneuvering and walking around, you know? That was my like big challenge when I first came into Second Life, you know? I mean, I was like naive or something, but like it was what it like that was my issues. So,
Right. Can you hear us okay?
I think everybody can hear us okay.
We have Pal Pal, and the only one here right now. You hear us okay? Probably does.
yeah, let us know if it's if it, and if anybody's too low or too high. Yeah.
Gets him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like when I joined, I was already in another chat thing, like program. It was a 2D. Um, you just had like you of like a picture, and that was your avatar, and they were like flat pictures, and you just sat in a room, all these like squares, sat in the room talking, chatting, and it was kind of good in a way because you're all together in one room. Like you could go to different, all these. They had a ton of different places to go. Normally, like each place had like a gate, and they were all everybody chatting, so it would find you, good and bad. But so we had a few friends in that program. You gotta try. Like, all right, we came over together, and we had some help, like starting out, giving us all this stuff and ruining our inventory right away. and but they were helping us kind of get around, but it was very awkward. And people are fortunate today having all the them do and all that. We didn't have that. The, back then, YouTube really wasn't really a big thing. It wasn't something that.
Do you guys remember Torley Linden?
Yes, he did
I
videos.
used to watch, that's who I used to watch back then. With like on YouTube. And he helped me learn a lot about Second Life.
Right. Some great videos.
I mean, now they're all outdated because
Right.
they're like 8
But
or
they're
9 years
still they
old.
still have
But
some good.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. But back then, he was the person to go to find out what was
I didn't
going
even
on.
I
in
didn't
Second
I
Life.
don't think I even checked you. Didn't know like there was help here.
Mhm.
It wasn't too, and we brought people to help then. So that definitely helped. Like coming with some, like my suggestion to other come you like you can come with a friend. You're golden. If you have somebody that you're friends with, you come to learning with someone makes a
That's true.
You know,
That's very
Yeah.
true.
rather
Because a
than
lot of people I know that are like have older avatars, they're always like their best friend is always the first person they met when they
right, right.
ended in Second Life. And like that didn't happen for me. It took me a while to meet people, but I think I think that is a huge thing, is like finding like, so when you do log in for the first time, start talking to people immediately, because those people are on the same level as you, you know? Nobody, with the exception of somebody creating a new avatar, but that that's not even a big deal, but everybody's like on that same playing field. Y'all have that jacket over your shoulder carrying the dog in the bag. Isn't that the, with the big floppy hat?
Yeah,
Isn't that the like
I don't think that was
default?
It's
what
the
we had. We had what was called, her name Ruth, and
Uh-huh.
like a polka dot dress or something.
Oh, the pink polka dot dress and the
Yeah.
flexi ponytail.
Yep. That's
Yep.
Ruth.
I remember her.
Yep.
All Ruth.
I don't know if her name is Ruth though. I have a feeling it's something else.
It was, well, back then it was Ruth. I don't know what it is. What about you, Kat? What was what
Oh,
they bring back?
my first experience here was just really lonely.
Hey,
I
Spazzy.
kept hearing life, second life, second life. It's so cool. It's all this. It's all so. And then I come in and it's a ghost town. Everywhere I go, there's no one around. And I'm thinking, they said this was the most popular thing right now. If this is popular, what the hell must unpopular be like?
Right. Yeah, that's weird.
But
I don't even remember
I
like
kept-
the welcome. I don't remember.
I do.
I think we just skipped right back over that and just.
And so I would. That's where that was my home for the first several months in SL before I bothered to buy property and stuff. But I came in, and the very first party where I actually saw other Avies and other people was Drama Libre.
Oh.
And that, if it hadn't have been for them, like I said, I wouldn't be here now. And I sure as heck wouldn't be doing those live streams every week. So they kind of got me, excited about Second Life in general.
And how long or started did how long did you play before book like?
I didn't. I was like not. I was a diehard because I came in. I made friends. I made friends with somebody who I met just in my travels, and then that person introduced me to a group called Help People, and they had a place called Help People Island, which was a sim that was super popular. And they had a plaza on a ceiling of a building. And that plaza, I mean, you would go in there and 80 to 90% of the people who would go there would be on voice, saying hi to each other, to know each other. And that was like that 24 hours a day. It was that busy. Linden Lab was like seeing the traffic that we were generating, because we would do parties. Like once I got involved with them, I started volunteering and I was a greeter in the plaza. Then they created these different levels where you were a greeter, then you became a moderator or something, then a leader, then finally you became a helper. And at the different levels, you had different kind of training along the way. And I remember at one point I became like the social director, where I was arranging all these parties and events. I was working with other people to, announce everything. And we would, I mean, it was a very busy, active place. They had I remember we would have like if we did a party, we wouldn't just do a party for the U.S. contingent. We did a party for the U.S. contingent. We did a party for the, and in those days, the really huge contingents were Europe, UK, Europe, and US. Those were the really huge contingents. They at that point did not really have a huge group from Brazil or a huge Spanish speaking group, really. That those were very small subsections of SL in that during that time period. But I mean, I came in at 2007, 2008, which was basically SL in its heyday.
Yep.
So, you know, it was huge here, of course, in the U.S. because of its start off in San Francisco. But yeah, so Help People Island got me very social, which was really fun. I ended up learning how to DJ. I would host parties. I building stuff. I would build ballrooms for events and build up red carpets so that people could take pictures all the way. I was all in. So, and not only that, but during that time period, I ended up meeting somebody who became my real life fiance.
Oh, how nice!
Which I've been bearing the lead on that. I hadn't told Kendra about that.
Yeah.
And
I love
it was a long distance. Didn't survive, but he's a very nice man. And you know, and basically after our breakup, it was hard for me to stay in SL. So I kind of took a break and then went back to school. And the good thing about going back to school is I got my degree, which was awesome. And then I had, and I just hadn't gone back. Every so often, I would sometimes hit a drama leaver party because I knew the parties were from 7 to 10 on Saturday nights. And if I didn't have anything to do and I was really, really bored, I would just go in and say hi. But it was not often. I mean, it was really rare.
Guys, I'll have to show you some pictures. I think in one of my videos, I think it's the one where Sue and I had our 15th res date and the day we got married. The very end of that video, there's a picture of us like facing each other, sitting in our very first like little apartment, and I swear to God, I have a bunch of pictures on. Thought we looked good. Crazy. When you look back at those pictures now, they're a hoot. Like, oh my goodness, walked around that way. I always.
But you did. For the time period, you really did look good. Yeah. That's the thing. They don't, no one tells you that.
They all look the same. So, have to go full, like I didn't understand the whole thing about skins. I was skins, what? That just but when they changed over here's bomb, that is pretty much what we started out with, like during the system. Those skins, and we had how they have like the outfits have like shirt or pants, and that's what we used. So it was kind of just like me backward. We go full force into it as well, just basically friends and just kind of. It was a long time. I remember how long we played World of Warcraft, for a couple. Been off and on. I like Kendra said, I feel comfortable. I feel like I can get around. I don't have problems. Still have problems walking stairs and certain things.
I think we all do.
Right, but for the most part, I feel comfortable walking around and being friendly to people, and we went to a lot of like rock clubs. Now we're into boating and flying and really, driving. I have to get different. How about you guys watching? Do you have anything? What How were you feeling when you first started? Pow Pow or Spazzy? Um, guys, were you? What is this place? Or did you feel comfortable, or what kept you coming back? It might be a delay.
I think
Yeah,
it's
it's delay.
I think it's partly the delay, yeah, too. I just think it's really cool that you and Pooh just like you started on the same date and you guys left together but still came back together,
Yep. Um,
which is really nice.
yeah, like even like there were times that we took breaks and we did other stuff together, like out for a couple. We played, but there were also times where I left. That's the last time I left, 2000 and
Mm-hmm.
and then I just came back. So in that time we weren't really, but so when I came back, I happened to pop on one night.
Aw.
And he like popped on and I'm like, oh my god, and we just started talking and I was kind of like started like dating something. It wasn't anything when he had my get my I'm gonna fight for you back. We just we just anytime we took a break, if we weren't speaking, ever not like we never left on bad terms. Just each did our own real life. I had my kids and had his, but we always he would always come like it was like he knew I was back. So bizarre how he it was like he could
That's so
tell.
cute.
He would like
That is
show up
cute.
within the first few weeks of back and always like I've never
Mhm.
been with any really hard when I first came back into he wasn't here right away. And a lot of my friends had left. I still had the weird thing. I would pull out furniture and pull out the decorations. Always a premium. I had like one, not the new one I have now. I would
Mm-hmm.
decorate, but I would see. I would read note cards of some of our conversations. Go through my pictures of us. Hard because I got to do it on my own now. It didn't last very long. Came back and great, and we're just I think now I'm having more of the other I've ever exploring so much, doing different stuff. Before it was just going to clubs and dance. I love that. I love to dance that with her. Flying and being on the water, like I have a sailboat and then I have a boat. Like so realistic. Like when you're out there, you're like, this is so cool. All the stuff like your boat, and just a one love that about for stuff. These decorated fatigue what the place is like life. I don't know how they recreated it so close. Yeah, they did because a lot of fun. Have to all go out one. There's just so much I want to do with you guys. All right, what are we saying in the chat here? 2008 is when you first started. Really, were they the furries in? Yeah, I can imagine. I don't
I
remember.
remember seeing the furries back when I started, and I was like, "Wow, they're so
Yeah,
cool."
yeah. I thought they
I
looked pretty
know.
good. I was
Yeah, me
like,
too.
what are they wearing? That's so cool. But I had kind of heard about um the same time people doing it like in real life, and they would go to these conventions, like they had the furry conventions or whatever, and all
Cosplay stuff.
go,
Yeah.
yeah. So I was like, oh, I didn't think anything. I didn't think it was odd seeing Second Life. I was like, that's cool that they're. Hi,
Yeah, I just
Papa.
thought it was so cool that like they were able to create these like bodies that looked like animals, you know?
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. We have the chair saved for you, Papa. You make it jump in. Good to go.
But like for me, my break was so long compared to you guys. I mean, I literally took a 10 year break.
Wow.
The time I came back in May pandemic. So it was
Uh,
super quiet here in California because I was working remote. I was taking care of my mom, making sure that my mom was not getting exposed, and she is in that target scary group that was believed to be highly affected by corona. So I was the one who was doing all of the arranging for groceries and pickups for everything that was no contact and all of that stuff. And I was like learning how to literally relive life in a different scale. Um, and
that was really.
that,
I'm very outgoing in real life, and I lived in Pennsylvania all my life, and I moved down to Florida in 2015. My husband passed away, and heart, so that's it. I like love the beach, so drawn water and the beach. I was like running around and doing that, and then they were like, the beach closed. I'm like, no, no, no. That was really hard for me, and being like trapped. Now it's almost like I don't want to say hermit, but I'm so used to it now, and both of my boys are. If anyone has any ideas on how to get them out, because asking isn't working.
demanding rent might help.
They do demand rent, but they don't listen. They're just like, have it. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Okay, well, here's your luggage. Sleep
Right,
outside for the night until you get it.
right, yeah. Go sleep in this shed. Yeah. So it was a good time for me. Like when I came back, it had already started. I had already been in the midst of COVID, because 2020 had already been like almost a year
Mhm.
now. So. Ugh.
Yeah, you said something that you were talking about how the Sims are so like awesome and how you can explore now. That's what made me come back because I remember that there were like these all these different really cool Sims from when I had first been through. And then I created Kendra, and the reason I came back was because I had gotten into Harry Potter. All of you who follow me know that. But so I was like, I bet you in Second Life somebody's made a Hogwarts castle, and I'm like, and now I've got to go see it. So I didn't have a computer that would be able to support Second Life, so I ended up going and buying a computer just so I could come back and see if somebody created a Hogwarts castle. And that's why and then from there just started meeting people, and now I'm like, and then with like the whole pandemic, like you guys were saying, I lived alone. I live alone. It was just me and my dog living here. So like I literally didn't see people for weeks on end, and I couldn't do it. Like, and so like swear to God, Second Life was my savior, or I would probably be in like this huge deep depression because it's just being alone for that long and not being able to go like see your parents and even your siblings, like
Yeah.
that's a big thing, you know?
Oh,
And
did you?
like
I want
and
to ask.
not many people understand that level of loneliness because they at least had their kids
Hey,
home, or they at
Pooh,
least had
welcome home.
their mother, or they at least had their partner, you know? So like it just Second Life, swear to God, saved my life.
Right.
You know?
I think that's true for a lot of people. But I wanted to ask you real quick. So when you came back, did you find the Harry Potter?
I did. Yeah,
Oh,
there's
good.
the sim that had that the Wizarding Fair, that
Hmm.
that sim has a role play castle, and
Oh,
it's Hogwarts, and you can go and role play. The only thing with it is only people I couldn't go inside the castle. I could only see it from the outside. So the only way you could get inside is if you actually joined the role play, and role play isn't my thing, so I never. From what I hear though, there is a day that the public can go in and see it. So
hey,
I have to look into that
I
because
think
that definitely has got to happen
that's
for
so
me.
weird that they're not letting people. I think we should go there and like wear dark sunglasses and hats and like break in.
We should do
Well,
that public day. That should be your explore for our for this unholy trio.
I want to do it when they don't want us in there.
Well, in
I,
theory, but if they kick us out that quick, we won't be able to get half of the file tip we want to get, right?
Oh, and they'll probably ban us and we won't be able to go back.
well, you can't get in. I've tried.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Oh, see?
Oh, there you
I
go.
tried climbing the fence. It didn't happen.
The lights came
Yeah.
on, all these guard dogs came.
I did. I
Shooting
was
us.
the only thing I was able to do was cam inside and see, but like
Right.
you don't get the same experience by camming
Exactly.
in. Thing.
No.
I think even now more so than when, you know, started sims are so much more detailed. You know, like the beaches and they've just come so far in mesh and that stuff. Looks
Hmm.
so much more realistic today versus
Yeah, 100%.
you hear that? I thought it was Cat's cuckoo clock or something, but crazy bird. See? Some weird noise.
You've got
Cuckoo.
an owl.
Yeah. Oh, that I
Yeah,
keep
I hear it.
that I keep cutting out. I don't know why I'm cutting. You guys hear that too? Rest of you?
Um. Well, because we're not on a call, you may that could be related to you panning in and panning out a little bit.
Oh, I am.
That
Yeah. Try not to pan
that's
out so much.
that's one of the funky quirks of OBS. If you're not on a call and you pan in and pan out, you lose. SL voice is that way.
Right. We probably
But
should have gotten into the call. We'll have to. I'll remember. Welcome home. Okay, we'll talk.
Yeah,
but
babe. Hope you
yeah.
had a good day. Just
Hubba
kidding.
hubba. No, sorry.
I'm glad you missed the part when I talked about like our breaks and then back together. Got a little.
But I feel lucky because I came back and I didn't expect to find Drama Libre still around.
Right. That 10 years
And
is like must have been almost like a culture shock, like a whole new game for you.
oh, it was
Really a
it was
change.
because if you saw my Avi, if you saw my classic Avi, I had an upgraded Avi because when one of the last things I did in SL before I left was I was modeling in SL with a company called Classic with Style. So they would do like a magazine or something every month, and they would do shows, and I would be in those shows. I actually did a pageant with them. I know
That's
it's
so
crazy,
cool.
right? I literally did pageants with them, and it was hilarious because I think I got third place in one of them.
Nice.
Second and third place, like second runner up
Yeah,
or
girl.
something. It was insane. The things. I mean, like I have like wins from. Oh my god, I have wins from when. Like 2009. Okay, I'm gonna let me find my oldest photo.
I would like to go to a fashion show. Like, I don't really much about when they're. It's because I'm not. I don't really see them on Paraffin. Site, bro. Go spend.
Oh, okay. Here's
New York.
my very first drama libre party. I'm gonna send you this photo. And if you want to, you can show it. I'm not embarrassed.
All right.
Okay, I am embarrassed, but I'm still gonna show it anyway.
All right.
Because at the end of the
Oh my
day, it's like you're either fearless or you're not, right? And you have to kind of be a little fearless to be in SL because the learning curve is like insane.
I see that. I mean, Pooh and I look this. All look, but it's so funny. The sun is like beat back here. What are those? A waterfall? It look very water. As opposed to the.
No, it's like a beach. It's like they were in a skybox beach theme, so that was a backdrop. It was supposed to be the ocean, but as you can see, the water's not moving.
Right?
Look at how different their sets are now.
Right, the
compared
wind
to the way
lights.
they were
Yeah,
back
I
then.
know.
Look at the surf.
I'm gonna send you
Come a
one
long
where I
way.
actually won. I'll send you a photo where I actually won the Drama Libre contest. That was my first Drama Libre part. Can you look at that expression? I mean, it's like absolutely terrified. Not much has changed.
Look at the surfboards. They look like crayons. Not
They
even
do.
like surfboards. Great.
You
Yep.
had a really pretty avatar, though.
Yeah. Considering from
That
back
was the
then.
basic.
System, yeah.
That was so basic. That was
I'm
like
not showing
I
anything.
was a basic bee back then. But so was everybody else, so it's not like
Yeah.
Hey Tiara, welcome to the channel. Thanks for coming by, hun.
Hey, Tiara.
Talking about Second Life and what keeps us coming back, and talking about how when we first started, what we all looked like. Oh,
I wish I could get into that account. My very
your
first
one?
account.
Why can't you?
Well, because I had changed my email address
Oh.
since like I had first been on Second Life, and because I didn't know the
Oh my gosh.
because I didn't know
Yay!
because I didn't know the password. I forgot my password that I couldn't get back into my account. So I had to start
stinks.
over.
There's another one. Oh, look, she's at Drama Libre. Oh my. The graphics. Oh. Different. Look, she does like her wig and. Yeah. I can't even laugh at it really because that's what our picture.
Mm-hmm.
The woman behind you, she's bald. They've come too far in their.
Oh gosh, look at that hair.
I know. What the? Like if
I'm gonna send you a copy of another photo of me because when we did the pageant, they had us do really fancy photo shoots. I'll send you my Poppy Creative and my American Women.
All right.
Photo. See that was the second party I went to. That was a gangster
Ooh,
party.
look at her.
I was wearing fishnet stockings
Ew.
and a gun and all this, and I was supposed to be like a mafiosa chicklet.
Gosh, look at her. That is like what the big flower behind the head on the
Oh
side.
wow.
Yeah.
Great.
Wait, that was
Look
when I
at
was
you,
doing.
girl.
Look at her eyes.
That was my
though.
pageant photo.
And look at her eyes. She looks like trouble.
Yeah.
Had those
California poppy.
yeah, you had those sultry eyes.
Hmm.
See what
I
American
was
woman.
I was heroin chic before heroin was chic.
OMG. American. Oh my. Oh,
Yeah.
cat.
I'm the brunette with the very big hair.
Fish yet? Oh,
It was a very interesting but very fun time period. That's right before
Oh,
everybody.
wow.
All of this is classic pre-mesh, by the way.
Uh-huh.
Lexi system
yeah.
clothing.
Right. Yeah, I remember flexi hair, and they're bringing it back too. I thought that was dead gone, but
That skin actually made up skin. It wasn't even like bomb layers and stuff.
look at her on the motorcycle thing, all that.
Look at those boobs.
I know.
I'll be right back, you guys. I have
That
to
cleavage is amazing.
log out.
Okay.
It was legal. You should have seen the Shorty McShort shorts. You can barely see them in the photo.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I could to Muddies if I paid them, and if I wore that vest to Muddies, they'd be like, "Nope, go to home and change." That hair was actually a skull cap and like flexi layers. That hair is so complex. I think it's like what 200, 300 complexity if I wear it now.
Oh, jeez. It was, well, but back in the day, like I used to wear wings every single day in Second Life. That was like my thing. I just kept collecting the wings, and every day I would wear a different set of wings. Like I would change my outfit, I would change my wings. I liked that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wore wings for it, not all the time.
Oh yeah, all the time.
Stalker. That's a
I
pretty
see him.
costume.
It's a cool costume.
I think I was.
That's
talking...
an Alice in Wonderland. That's the Alice in Wonderland costume. He's the bunny. He's the bunny in Alice in
Ed Hatter.
because he's wearing he has the little clock.
Yeah, I remember last night I was just talking about the way he dresses, but like I'll log on and he'll be something like that, and I'm like, what's going on? Likes to dress up.
That's cool though.
Makes it more
I
fun.
read the chat. Oh my god, yeah, skins they're still expensive, but yeah, back then, I didn't, first of all, I couldn't understand the concept of putting a skin on and what that all meant. Yeah, I remember them being, I can't buy skin. And then people, like nowadays, they change. I kind of find one and just, still expensive. A lot of them just look, I don't know, say you're gonna look like this, but you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Like a hit or miss.
But yeah, that was an interesting time. I went from, as you can see, really basic to kind of fancy in the day, and then I ended up leaving SL. And when I came back, I still had that kind of upgraded classic look, but I still hadn't gone mesh because mesh was barely breaking through when they talked. I mean, the original Ruse had just come out, and not anybody was really using them because they didn't have the stuff to go with them yet.
Right.
When I came back in 2020, like in May of 2020, by then it was Maitreya, Bellezza, Altamora, Tonic, Signature,
Right.
Occasion, Legacy TMP, Legacy.
You're good with names.
Just so many different vendors. Like in one of my lives, I was telling people how it took me 3 weeks just to get through testing for me to find something that I really liked that worked for me.
Yeah, Tara, I remember grabbing up like some of the stores would have all these free hairs, and I have I'm like, I have a problem. Like, I don't even go to events. I just look for hunts or like places that have free gifts. I have so reason for me to buy anything, nothing but I
Yeah.
just like an addict for gifts. So drawn to them, I up and I want to. They're just like filling up my. I remember grabbing up all the hairs and Alexxy.
Hmm.
They back then it wasn't really. They didn't even really start with like the colors that they have now. Now they're really right with adding all the colors. They started to. That you'd get like a solid pink or
Right, right.
back then. I love all the.
Yeah, like Pao Pao saying that she changed from Maitreya to Kimono, then to Kupra, and now she even has Legacy too. It's like, yeah, all of that, all of those iterations came through, and then we had, of course, the heads. We had Lack heads and Catwa heads and Lalutka heads, and beyond that, we had Akaruka heads, and the guys had, of course, Alan Torrey for male bodies, in addition to Signature and in addition to Beleza Jake and stuff. There's so much stuff to choose from.
And I think as far as the men's stuff goes, they really nothing comes far. I always felt bad. They clothes were home.
It was a mixed bag early days, because I remember my ex, he was doing, at one point he was doing modeling with me, and he had this aesthetic where he loved pirate gear and kind of like pre-steam, before steampunky was a thing. He liked that kind of attire, and so it was really cool for him. Yay! It was really cool for him to take that on and get clothes. But he, back then, system clothes could fit anybody. You didn't have to worry about. It wasn't a male and female thing necessarily, unless it had cleavage on it. And SL originally was a very guy-centric kind of thing.
Right.
I remember there weren't as many women when I first started in SL as there were men.
I think you had to take your AO off, Paw Paw. There's Paw Paw, there's Pow Pow. I get used to all these names.
And Pooh.
Pooh, yeah. He's always been. You're still like not sitting. Oh look, she brought her little beagle with.
So cute.
Careful, there's a lot of wild animals around. And raccoons and goats and can't live life without. I don't trust somebody that doesn't.
I can understand that.
It's rare that I meet someone that doesn't, but when I do, I'm like, like, not like them in your home, or no, I hate all of animals. That's probably the Ew,
Oh, I saw him walking around.
Look, there's a raccoon over here. Trash. I emptied it.
I can't hear Papa.
Are you on voice, Paw?
She is. I see her mic active, but I can't hear her.
There you are.
There you are. I'm so sorry, I was muted. I was talking the entire time. I'm sorry.
Good, now I hear you.
Hey, hello everyone.
So now everybody knows my history.
Yeah,
I was quite the adventuresome original SL or early adopter.
Right. I'm glad. I really enjoy. I was nervous to go live before, but really like it because you can kind of like get to know people better, and I don't know. I share everything. I'm an open book. Ask me, and it's always like, don't give out that. Like, I did have a
I'm
stalker.
all about no editing. I love lives because there's no editing on the tail end.
Yeah,
Right.
so true.
I mean, I kind of like editing, but sometimes especially if it's like video, it can get a little crazy, and then I have all these clips everywhere, and they get all messed up, and it's who
Yeah.
knows my frustration. I'm just stopping for tomorrow because overwhelming.
And also you have to listen to yourself talk a lot.
Uh-huh.
And I cringe
Yes.
so much.
Right, right. My kids are like,
So
why do you keep saying the same thing over? Like, I'm trying to get this clip right.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
You were at
I
Uber?
actually literally have to delete my voiceovers after a while because it's like they all sound the same.
And I look back at like my first, I think it was my second. Oh my goodness. It's something good to look back to, I guess. So, Paul, we've been talking about like what brings back to Second Life. Things that we really don't know if we really
nice.
touched on that so much as just started and pause and take. Do you have
Oh
anything
yeah.
to share about?
Uh, yeah. So to answer Ispo's question, he said, "How did Papa find Essel?"
Oh, question.
I think, yeah. Thank you, Ispo. I found it the same way as a lot of Latin American and Spanish speaking people found Essel. There's this very famous uh, YouTuber that started making like horror videos on SL, and they became viral. So I saw the videos and I thought it was like a horror game. So I was like, oh my god, it looks so interesting. I wanna go play, right?
Wait, Second Life
And then
look like a horror game?
yeah, because he makes like he's very popular, right? And he makes horror game and mystery videos, and he started visiting the horror sims, and they look
Oh.
so realistic, and you would see like body bags, and he made it seem like, oh, it's like this mystery place, and you have to come here and figure out what is going on, right? So it was super appealing. So I joined thinking it was a horror game, and then I found out no, it's not.
Surprise! It's all shopping.
And I was like, oh my god, so much better. So I stayed because of that. Um,
We are on
and
in-world voice, Pip, but we're not in a call. It's all talking, not in a phone.
yeah,
Go ahead. So what did you think when you didn't find all the body bags?
I tried to look for them. I kept typing like horror sim, like mystery sim, terror sim.
Just walking around
But
asking strangers, "Have you seen any body
yeah,
bags?"
something like that with my broken English, and nobody would understand. But eventually, I found out like other people, and I stayed because I could practice my English and also the shopping, obviously. And it was so fun. It ended up being a place to socialize, and on top of that, you could customize your Abby all you want. So it was like playing Barbie while talking to people. So it
Hmm.
was amazing.
This is like Barbie for adults.
Oh yeah,
It
there's been times where I would log on, outfit, change my hair and all that, and then I'd log off. Like just come on, log on, okay, and like change, and then log off. I love dressing her up.
Yes.
I love the
Look at
shopping.
that.
I don't really. Now I don't love to do hunts, and I like going to the events that have like that. But there's going to be some really good hunts coming up in October. Maybe a little bit scary. Some might be scary, so right up your alley. You should
I'll
do,
make
you
videos
should
of
do
that.
one some. I don't like being love horror movies. All about.
Not
Tiara
me.
got me re-inspired because I love Tiara's dance videos, so I really want to do something really fun where I do some Halloween dance fun videos, not necessarily using like copyrighted music. Because there's some really cool non-copyright free music that you can totally do.
Oh yeah.
But I think there's so many cool things because I got the coolest outfit, a bat gown outfit that I found that was super cool looking, and then I just went to Love Superstore. Oh my god, they have the best Halloween section right now.
Yes. They do.
I was like drooling all over everything because my friend just bought a sim and he wants to decorate it, and I was like, all right, let's go to Love Superstore.
Right. Yeah. I didn't think
swear
I'd ever
that store
been
needs
there.
to pay me because I've given them so much business in the
Yeah,
past
you did,
month.
because you told me about them. But then when I went there, I had already been. Who has a question?
Ooh,
Like, go my others.
that is a
Oh,
good one.
yeah.
That's a good question.
That's a very good question. Me, I pretty much gave up TV. I was watching a reality TV, Housewives, those shows, and the, the ID channel. It's great with all the murders. No, I don't watch TV. Perfectly fine without it. I never really liked the of uh, empath, take on all that stuff, and it affects my health. Like,
Yeah.
emotions are just wrong for me. And I hear tidbits, I'll read religiously, watch the news. So depressing.
Yeah.
Same.
Pretty much all I gave up, and with COVID, really, you're not really going out, so they're open here again. We had what was called red tide. It's all these dead fish would show up on the shore, and went there, you off, or you kind of stay away from that. That was mostly the whole summer. Why it was this year than any, but really that's about it that I gave up. You guys.
The funny thing is, I've not given up TV at all. I watch TV while I play.
I used to do
The
that.
only, but actually, I've given up TV since I started YouTube because now with editing videos, I have to listen to myself instead of being able to
Right.
watch TV. So I have given it up recently, but I've always watched TV and played SL all the time. So
I used to, and we did too. I remember him saying like, he would watch, like he'd be watching like Hunters or something, and he would be like AFK, and then he'd come back on the commercial. Hey, honey, how you doing? I'm like, oh my god, like he go back and forth. I was like, oh, this is yeah. So I would watch TV.
mhm.
I mean, for me, it was like I cut the cord a long time ago, so I always stream on computer anyway. So this wasn't that different. It's kind of like being in SL is kind of like stream is always been it has been kind of like a streaming, except I'm in the TV show in a way. So it's kind of like you know it wasn't much of a difference. It was kind of like a toss up where I didn't feel like I was missing much, and the fun part was all like as you know like going to the new builds every week and finding different because I started volunteering when I first came back. That was exciting in and of itself, and then
Hey
I did a couple
Blue,
of trans.
welcome to the channel.
So
Hi, Blue.
it just a little bit of everything. I haven't been. I don't feel like I gave up much of RL really because we were already so locked down in Cali that
Exactly.
there wasn't much to give up, and you could only Netflix binge so many shows. After a while it's like please no more. Same thing with Disney Plus. You could only Netflix or Disney Plus or ESPN or Hulu watch so many things, and then you're just kind of like oh, it's anything but that
Right,
anything.
right. Yeah. I mean, before I play quite a bit, or if I log on, there's a lot of times I'll go and do stuff like I'll mop the kitchen floor, and then I'll take a break and go do something, and I'll kind of doing both. Like I never have really given up. If I was asked to go out, I always.
Yeah.
Especially it's hard for me this COVID being Italian, I guess. Hugging, touching. I love all that affection. Miss that. I miss hugging my friends. I miss
Yeah.
holding hand. Like I miss all of that. Thankfully, you have people, and we're all going through this. Florida, the state of Florida is still really one of the highest states. It's like forget what the first one is. Texas, Florida. Oh, people here not want to mask and vaccinate. Try to stay.
Yeah.
What's it like in Costa Rica? The COVID there.
Horrible. People think they're putting a chip in the vaccines.
What's
There's
They
that?
like a
can't,
lot of
that's the craziest story ever because
yeah,
it's been debunked a million times over
yeah.
because the reality is there isn't technology available that can actually make a chip that small that it's unviewable by the naked eye. And not only that, because you're getting it out of a vial and you don't know how many doses are in the vial, how do you accommodate for all that? It's just crazy.
It would make
Not
more
to
sense.
mention, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say it would make more sense to just have it on your phone. Like it makes no sense on a vaccine.
Yeah,
Well, that's the thing. Our phones are listening to us. It's not like
absolutely. Alexa, our phones,
yeah,
Google Nest, all of that's already happening.
Big Brother is watching. So
Yeah, so it's really dumb, but there's a lot of like misinformation and stuff going around.
Yeah.
So it's also a very small country, and yeah, everyone knows each other and everyone goes to parties, so it's pretty bad at the moment. But hopefully, we'll get better. And to answer Ispo, and what did Papa give up? I think I gave up a lot of things without noticing that I was giving them up. Because for me, when I like something, um, that's all I want to do. So the times that I was playing SL, I have ADHD, so it's like a symptom. Hyper focus on whatever it is that I'm doing. So, for example, the times that I was really into playing SL, that's all I would want to do. And even if people wanted to go out, I wouldn't want to go out. Or if someone wants to play another game, I would probably not want to play that game, etc. But I think I'm getting better at trying to like take breaks even when I'm playing SL. I try to like tell myself, okay, I know you want to play SL, but you gotta chill. Try
Mm-hmm.
doing this for
Right.
just like half an hour and see how that goes.
Or,
But
sometimes
it's
it's
like
hard to balance. Like, you
hard.
don't even realize how much time's gone by. You're doing
Yeah.
something and you're like, wow, it's
Yes. It's been difficult sometimes, but yeah, it's a lot of like being aware of what it is that I'm doing and trying to
Mhm.
I think I've given up
combat it.
sleep. I've given up a lot of my sleep,
Yeah.
and
Same.
it started to take a toll. So, the help of poo and stuff, trying to balance. Like, I'll be really tired, but then I get like my second wind, and I get into like making something or um love decorating. So I'll like decorate and then tear it down and do it again. Like, it's just I love all that. So um then it's like really late. Fortunately, working my day, but that's not good. I
Yeah.
enjoy my
Same.
day. Like, I'm
It's a
afraid of
struggle.
missing something. What is something? That there's
To be
like an
honest, though,
acronym for it. What's that? Like, fear of missing out.
FOMO.
FOMO.
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
For me, though, like a Second Life is how I relax. You know,
Yeah.
I come
Right.
home from like a stressful day at work, and I just come on here, and it's it's fun.
Right.
This is what I enjoy doing. So
I mean, it does make a difference. For me, like, I kind of have mixed it up because between all the different little projects I do and stuff, I end up having all these different circles. So, like, I have my artistic photography magazine circle, which is Focus Magazine. Then I have my volunteer circle, which is Helping Haven Gateway. Then I have my YouTube blog circle, which is everybody here and then some. Uh, and then I have other people that I connect with on the regular.
Right.
Like my furry friend Soul, who we just played cheesy twice, and
Mm.
he kicked my butt the first time, and then I kicked his butt the second time. Yay!
Yeah, I like
So,
playing games. I like playing a couple that are the 3D. I like that.
mhm.
A couple of them I hang out with. Even places to go, they have like up and
I mean, even my muddy circle, I do muddy shift every week, and then this weekend they're doing this cool pool party, and I did the promo board for that. Handed it over to the owners, and they posted it up at the club and all that. And I'm doing a mini promo video for that as well. So there's a lot.
you're involved in
I
a
keep.
lot. I have ADHD, and if I have too much on my plate, it just gets all mixed. I have to try to really focus. I do tend, like you, Paul, tend to like hyper focus, especially if I'm playing an online game,
Yeah.
like Raider. It's been years that I would really hyper focus, not like hear anything around me. The world was blocked other than what I was doing. I don't really do that in here. I just have to really different little projects get overwhelmed. Just hearing all that you do, that's like makes me a little nervous. Same with Paw. She's like running stores and stuff, and and on top of it, all the videos that you're doing. Wow, girl's got some energy.
It's the ADHD. It's not me. It's all the hyper focus at the moment.
I mean, is it possible to get ADHD as an adult? Maybe that's what's
Oh
happening.
my god. Actually, I think that's like for me, I didn't used to have it as much when I was younger. Also, it's different in women, so no one really thought that I had it when I was younger. And it was as I started growing up that I started developing the hardcore symptoms. So I think I got it mostly as an adult. But you don't want to have it, believe me.
So, you're growing up, I've always had it. So, like, I've actually calmed down a whole lot since I was a little kid.
Oh,
But I definitely get distracted very easily.
Yeah, it's like if I'll be in the middle of something and then somebody IMs me and I'm like, what was I doing? After that conversation's over, I'm like, where was I? But are the guys that are listening, you guys, I'm cutting out or everybody's cutting out?
Sounds like just you are.
That's weird. I don't know what can I do?
Unplug and replug your mic sometimes helps, but you're in the middle of a live, so I wouldn't recommend doing that.
Okay. You guys are just gonna have to deal, and if you can't hear something, I can repeat it, or I don't know what to tell you. Thank you for bearing with me, though. Sorry that it's cutting.
When I was listening, the times that you would speak a little bit louder or closer to the mic, it was clearer. So maybe you could try doing that.
Okay. All right. I don't know. I'm not gonna unplug anything, that's for sure. It'd be like black screen.
Yeah.
We covered a lot. We've been like last night, and we were in Paw Paw's live stream. We covered so many different topics, and I love that. We don't really run out of stuff to talk about as far as Second Life goes.
Yay.
Is there anything in Second Life that you want to do that you haven't done yet that you'd like to explore or?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I feel like I've tried everything. Like the one thing that like I wanted to do was start a YouTube channel, and I kind of did that. So
I kind of wanted to start one, and then like I had mentioned it maybe a few times, and then Pooh just was like, start your channel, start it. And I'm like, okay, I will, next week or something. No, go right there, go now. And I'm like, what? So he really pushed me, and he's been my biggest supporter. And
Aw,
yeah,
good.
yeah.
that's so sweet.
But yeah, I was so nervous at first. I hated the sound of my voice, like in making the videos, and oh, I don't know. I'm not nervous at all during the live though. It's just like I'm talking to girlfriends. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me,
So-
oh sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, no, for me, I would like to do more things, um, more like store related things. I told Alexxy that I had like another 7 stores ideas. So I think everything related to creating mesh furniture, any other thing like that. Those are the things that I would like to explore more for now.
You know, that is something. Learning how to do use Blender and make clothes. I think that would be fun.
I heard it's really difficult, but I mean, I've learned other stuff, so I guess, you know, I kind of, like, I did want to make things, I always wanted to make furniture, like, years ago. But I just never did. That's something I haven't explored, but, I think the next big thing I'm going to explore is having a baby in Second
Oh,
Life.
that's
Yeah.
Aw.
I can't do it.
I really want
I
to.
couldn't convince myself to do it with a shotgun to my head. I just can't.
Yeah. I want to role play more. I really wanted to get into that, and you know, Pooh and I discussed it, and then he was kind of like, you know, not so much into it, but like I want to get into like the Zeo life and learn more about that because I think that's pretty cool. But at the same time, I don't. Do you find it time consuming, like having to worry about your keeping your statistics up in playing that? And,
You can hire people to babysit your kid. That's the
yeah,
thing.
I'm not worried
and
about
that's
that.
how there's so many markets for taking care of your Zuby baby or doing all that stuff, which makes it easier.
Right. You can have a bot nanny even, you know. I've seen
Yeah,
that before.
yeah.
But oh, I don't mind taking care of the, you know, the baby, but just I don't know, I just want to get more into the role play, not so much like heavy duty, you know, like being on just a role play sim and having to always be in that mode because you know, I just have so many other things I want to do, but I just think it'd be interesting, and it's just something I've never done. So, and like the baby thing is so different now compared to, you know, do you guys remember like tummy talkers? They were horrible. You'd be at a club and it's like the baby's moving and all that. I'm like, oh my god, shut that thing off.
Yeah. Well, doesn't Mama Alpo or one of the HUDs do that? But you can turn it off if you want to now. It used to be that you couldn't turn it off.
I don't know. I don't know if it might say something like the father and the mother both have a HUD, and so like say, you know, Pooh and I had a child, he would have the HUD and he would be like, you know, your wife needs something to eat, you know, and he could help me take care of that. But I don't know if the stomach talks. I don't want my stomach to talk.
You're gonna have baby penguins.
I talk enough for, you know, for myself, so I don't need a baby talking too. But they're so cute. They're so cute. And I love all the animals. I could have every animal in Second Life. What about you guys watching? Is there things you want to do that you haven't done before? I don't... Sorry, Blue. You guys still not hearing me? The fetus farting in the womb. That's so funny. Yeah, that would be a... I don't want to hear that. I don't want anyone else to hear it. Hi, babe. Welcome back. I like your jacket. Different.
But I mean, the only thing that I would want to step up my game in is I haven't really done a really good dance video in a long time. My first dance video was really cute. It was with BTS Dynamite, and it was me and 3 other people doing different dance shots, which was really fun. And I did it with Paragon Dances, and I want to do something really similar for Halloween, but Halloween themed. Like I know that Kendra has some really cool witch costumes and stuff, and I definitely want to partner with you, Kendra, if you can, because I think we could come up with some really cool scenes and stuff.
Oh, count me in. I want to dance.
I think it'd be cool for Kendra to play the magic witch that like transforms everybody into their Halloween alter ego. I think that'd be kind of a cool video to watch.
Oh boy.
Yeah, like I'm so impressed with Tiara's channel and all her dance videos. Oh my gosh. How do you
my god, they're amazing.
How do you put it together with all those people? Because like it's hard enough getting, you know, 4 people together to do something. Like, and you have like, you know, all these people in your videos. Yeah,
she's Blue saying you sound good.
Okay. I'd like to have my own sim too, like a whole sim. Too, pal. Like, and just, I don't know, make it a place for people to come, like try to recreate, you know, somewhere in the world. I think that would be pretty cool. A lot of work, but cool.
And money.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm really impressed with her videos. And I think the very first one that who and I ever made, well, he did some, like, he used to videotape when I would host at different clubs. This was back in, you know, early 2000s. But the first one we did, we entered a contest for Mila Vanderbilt, her channel for Bayside, and we had to film some of it in Bayside, and it was just going to be a dance video, and it just got turned into like a story, and I loved having that mixed together. You know, that was really, and I would love to do another one. It's very. How long did we have to do it to put it together, Pooh? Like a week and a half or something. It was like he built this whole area on the platform of like a recreation of Little Tokyo in Bayside, and it was just like it was just really it was so much fun. But he's really bossy sometimes. Like he would be cut, and then he like again. You had to do it again, like the scene over. I'm like, oh my goodness, that was like a little hard. But yeah, I'm really into doing that. I want to do that again. You on board, Pooh? Probably away from the keyboard.
But there's so many cool. I mean, I would because I haven't seen a lot of really. I love the videos that Nevada Second Life puts out when they're dance videos. They're really good, and I think that is always fun to see somebody do either covers or they find really good non-copyrighted dance music and then they make a full-on video from it with different scenes in it and different things.
Right.
And I know especially Halloween is such a big time period for Second Life, and it's one of those perfect equations where you have all this wealth of super cool sets and decorations and all sorts of fun stuff that's out there everywhere that you can really play off of and leverage to do something amazing. And you have all these dance heads too, where you could do, you know, really fun dance lines without even trying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all there for it. I would definitely get in if you're doing anything. I want to, you know, I would like that.
It'd be fun. I think it'd be really fun.
Oh my goodness, we've been on live for 82 minutes. Pooh told me 80 minutes. That's a long time. They just start, you know, you start chit chatting and the time goes away. But I think we're gonna end it. And I'm so happy that you guys showed up and joined the audience. Does anybody have any questions for any of us? Yes? No? Does anybody have anything else to add?
Nothing I can think of.
Yeah, we covered a lot.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
All right, guys, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, consider subscribing. And thanks again for joining us. It was fun. The Campfire Community. And we'll see you in the next video.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Ciao.
Bye, guys.